Hey everyone, it's Tom here, Battle Rap Resume. Just a quick intro before the main episode. I guess I can say Happy New Year. We're about a week or so into it. And that's why we're doing this episode. I know Battle Rap Resume, we're uploading very infrequently at the moment and kind of have been for the last few years. But it's still fun to, dust the show off and chat to old people and chat to friends and talk about battle rap. And that's what we've done today. So we've got Cammy on. And yeah, we just speak for about 90 minutes. We look back on 2022. We talk about all our favourite battles, both UK and US and otherwise. So just before we get into the discussion itself, make sure you check out the archive, subscribe to the channel, go back through and listen to all the old episodes. I've got a website now as well, tomquee.com. That's TOMKWEI.com. So the reason I've done that, and kind of the reason I've been doing less Battle Rap Resume, is that, I'm sort of been podcasting in a more professional capacity and working with bands and stuff and working with 100 Reasons. I've got another big band on the horizon that I'm going to be doing a big history of them, interviewing all the members, going back for all the albums, that sort of stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. So Battle Rap Resume is on there as well. But if you want to get an idea for the Tom Quee portfolio, podcast portfolio, that's tomquee.com. And I want to give a big shout out as well to Cam. So it's CammyGbr. Just search that on YouTube. I'll put the links down below. And Cam, as you're about to know from this episode and all the past episodes he's been on as well, is a riot. Really intelligent, infectious dude. Really knows his battle rap. Always a joy to speak to. So yeah, this is me and CammyGbr speaking about the best of 2022 in battle rap.
Tom, what always happens is you lead it and I interject. I derail the subject and you keep me in line.
I want to start. Yeah.
I can trust you to take it wherever you want it to go.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready, handsome.
Right. And this is recording, so people listening, we actually didn't record the last one, which was a huge mistake. And
that was about 4 months ago?
Oh, it was a really funny episode. I remember it was a really fucking funny episode where I think I was on, we don't need to go on that. Let's do an episode. So.
Let's roll.
All right. Hey, everyone. It's Tom here, back for another edition of Battle Rap Resume. And so we're going to be talking about our favourite battles of the year. I would say that we're here to celebrate battle rap, and just to talk about all the battles that went down this year. It's in no way comprehensive. It is completely biased. So I'm not trying to offend any battler when I may appear harsh about their, scheme about llamas or something. It's like, I'm not, it's just I'm a fan of this thing, as we all are. And we're going to cross countries. We're going to go in and out of apps as well. So respectfully, if you don't subscribe to these things,
missing out.
Support the art form. You've been a fan of this thing for a decade. Give back to this thing that gives back to, this isn't a kind of soapbox there, but it's been a banner year. And I thought, one way of doing it would be with my guy Cameron.
What's good?
Always loved having the show. Cammy, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm healing from the scars that I've had recently on the Twitter sphere. I'm recovering. I'm learning. Learn not to back down to anyone. But my 2022, especially in our UK side, has been a highlight year. There hasn't been a year this strong maybe since 2012, 2013, really, when you count the amount of battles that we had that were just top quality, because we had a dip in quality for quite a while.
And is part of that attributed to the steely spine of the year, that being the irresistible rise of Bizzo?
Is this how we start on the episode, man? That's a good question.
Yeah, let's just.
That's a good question. But you know what? Possibly, I feel like the standard as a champion, the standard was set and continued to rise. So it's brought everyone up to catch up to that level. We do have to give Bizzo a lot of credit for kind of steel arming, putting more again.
And it's like, as I say, what we want to do this episode, we just want to touch on, a lot of topics kind of quickly, kind of in battle things. But so we're going to touch on a lot of battles. And I guess one of the first ones I do want to touch via Bizzo, which I know we suffer from the bias of, we were both at this battle, so it's a classic battle that's the classic, it's just, but
yeah.
Tony Bizzo on the rewatch.
So magnificent. As a battle, right? Because this is where I'm doing a champion of the year list, right? And Bizzo is on it almost solely because of this and winning everything, right? This battle was legendary. And it was. I don't want to compare it to other battles, but it's the exact same vibe as Shocks versus Tony D, where Shocks is going crazy in the first, Bizzle going crazy in the first, and then the professional just fights back, and it's such a good back and forth.
Yeah.
There's not many battles nowadays, and I know the comments kind of flame like me and Tech and whatnot for the energy. I know that I never look at comments, but I do sometimes. But that's one of few battles that you actually, when you watch it back, you feel the energy. You know that was a good crowd. You know everyone was in tune. And it's hard to get that across when you're watching it back. It's
also the material, actually. I think
Bizzo
up close.
Like what was it? I see the one quote that's kind of spinning around Twitter right now, and it was about I engage God and void raindrops and
yeah.
There's so many gems.
Mm-hmm.
In
the whole
these
Yunnan
battles.
was anonymous.
The
title, his name will always be next to an asterisk, like obelisk.
Oh, I was just about to say that. That is. Even the Egyptian scheme, and you know what? Like even in the building, that Egyptian scheme, you kind of guess some of it when you watch back. It is dense. It is way more packed.
Oh, Tony is, yeah.
But this, and you know what? That's kind of cemented a top tier again as well. Because you know, I think I might have said this in a prior episode that what was happening is there was too much jumping up and down between top tier, middle tier, and whatnot, and constant changes. Where now we can put a line across who's the top tier. Now we could put a line across who's the middle tier. Anyone that reaches Tony D Bizzle standards is a top tier. Anyone that doesn't isn't there.
You know what? I wouldn't be mad at, actually, just randomly. Maybe like an Arc Tony rematch.
Yeah. I would be mad at that. Could you do a card of rematches?
Ooh, that'd be good, actually.
You know, now that
loads of them, the UK scene with the night of rematches,
that. But you know what? You'd have to put in maybe a 6-year gap or something. Like if you had this battle 6 years ago, then you'd be back, instead of just one that just
like a real deal chiller situation.
No. But I'm still standing on that. We need to see Arc versus Gemini.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But this is the new Premier Battle season, man. This is what's really exciting to me, and I'll put a stamp on this, right? That I think the best card will be the card that has. I don't know if you know how all the teams and whatnot. You probably do. Yeah. How Mandrill versus Knights will be, because the list is between Tony D, Gemini, Scoop, and Mackenzie versus Quill, Arc, Yunnan, Frost, and O'Shea. In any mixture of them matches, is top quality. I think that one's April 1st or something. That should be a crazy one. Just scary. The potential that we've got now this year after having such an incredible year.
Yeah, and just to pivot, because as I say, I just want to kind of go through these battles. It's not going to be a traditional sort of, battle resume. We're going to go verse by verse. Just to go into the more comedian UK this year.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Jack.
Yes.
He called Matter.
He did.
In the aftermath of some matters. And... he tore this man apart in the first. I don't even remember this first.
Yeah.
It is hysterical, but it's wild, actually.
Absolutely. You know what? I know Danny can have some choice words from him, but I fuck with him. The way that he's turned his shit around. His position in battle rap right now, even after the battle he just had with Stro, even if it was a loss, it was a good look and a good battle.
It was.
His stocks.
That was a good performance.
Okay, 10 years without barely missing a step,
and playing on slightly, history of Bloodstro. If you're a fucking battle rap fan, it's
honestly
battles. It's
there's not many people that I feel respectfully in battle rap, right? 14 since I was 14, 13. part of the like following the culture and whatnot. I have never been in a position where I went, I think he might know more than me in battle rap. And I had one conversation in Glasgow with Stro, and I was like, whoa, oh, he knows.
Yeah.
He's very, very knowledgeable.
Okay.
Like, he's a really knowledgeable guy.
What do you mean? What did he say?
So, like, we was just, like, referencing about, like, we're talking about the businesses and whatnot, and he is just hitting us, like, well, because of this battle that happened back here, you know, and it affects everything else, and with the URL site, because
we need
he's encyclopedia.
That's good.
Like,
That's
I'm not gonna lie. I know, like me, you, I would say Stro, but I think the bloggers, the rest of us know a lot.
What are some of the UK comedy battles you've enjoyed this year?
Other ones, God, you know what? I just generally, and I'll probably lead into what we're saying before we're live. Gassed Buff, most of his battles, I really like his performances in them.
Yeah.
Like, even though he had the fuck up versus Kingsley, you know, he had the good battle versus Will.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Like Gas, up and coming talent.
But like nothing you've ever seen before. Almost in like academic study will be interesting because it's like, here's this guy that's never battled. And he has like this experience. He's just like a funny guy, whatever, and he can edit, and it's, you know, he can do this sort of meta satire things, whatever, about the scene, and he builds hype towards the battle just through that, literally just through that.
It's
and then,
the power and promotion,
you know,
Tom.
But then he delivers, and then he also does more. It's mad, actually. Actually insane. It's like respectfully, Tim, it's like some AI or something. It's just like Ineos. It's just kind of came out of this. Like it's great. I love it.
And that was why
him versus Dean as well. Just to put it in context, him versus Dean is a really good battle. If you haven't seen that, that's on the Premier Battles channel. Oh, and just up top as well, go support Premier Battles on the Patreon. Like, I'm not trying to ask you to do much here, but it's a very good.
We're not shilling, but you know, if you enjoy the culture,
I have my ties with them were severed years ago. So you know, just as a fan. No, seriously, do go there. And yeah, Gas Buff's super great. Kingsley as well. I think Kingsley really won me over. I thought he beat Graza, for what it's worth. That was a good battle.
I haven't seen that one yet. That's one I was wanting to go back to. Like, there was a lot saying that that Graza, like Kingsley won the first and Graza won the second and third. Is that what I'm hearing? Or is it the other way around?
Yeah. Graza has a big concept up on his third. He's really funny in the battle, don't get me wrong. Like, he's really good, as he is. But, like, Kingsley just, I don't know, he's just a bit more surgical with it and a bit more fluid. And I don't know. I just sort of preferred. I don't know. He's good. He's very consistent. As I've seen a few times before. But yeah, that's one to check out on the comedy front as well.
Graza's like this 2023. This will be the year that he needs to show out because he's in the draft and all that, and he's in. This year, this could be his time to shine because I know he kind of had the Academy winner run, but I feel like it wasn't impactful really.
No,
like he had some more opportunities where he could really build up a buzz, and he's never quite managed it. So now he's in the ruckers, he's in the deep, he's with them all. He needs to show up.
Well, a battle I was excited for. I wasn't there, but I just saw it on the YouTube, and I've been a fan of both these guys for a long time. Lazy versus Crow. Did you catch that one?
Yeah, like let's see. Like I've got a little list of battles as well, but there's a lot of battles that we just because it's been such a good year that we just sort of kind of accept them as a standard. That was another great battle.
Set the standard, But
still,
really good, like mind game kind of battle. But ultimately, when you have someone as smart as Lazy and as just his reach and knowledge and his depth of reference and just the way he battles and the way he twists aphorisms and stuff like it's a really satisfying style. But he's facing someone like Crow, who I love Crow. But to be fair, and this is what Lazy says in the battle, throughout the battle, like ultimately because Crow sticks to these quite rigid patterns and kind of fraught logic, like quite a few of these bars have gone sort of semi-viral in the wake of this. But yeah, he just sort of dismantles him, man. And but Crow's still fantastic. Do not get me wrong at all. It is a wall-to-wall great battle, but it's not even like a quote-unquote Premier Battles battle. It's not like a nerd battle. It's not like a writing battle. But it's just kind of like a, they're really developing like this mid-tier, this really strong mid-tier at the moment. It's really great.
It's what should be happening across all battle rap. Develop the mid-tier. You got to make them superstars.
There's so much shit battle rap. Everyone knows that. Everyone sees soliloquy battle. Everyone knows, like, if someone's trying, you know, like the stuff Canel was trying to convince you to battle, and I was like, you know, don't have it, man, because, you know, it's a fraud path.
No, like, right. Like,
we need a mid-tier.
I think, well, how about we talk about that for a little second? Just that I feel like I've not really made much of a comment on it properly.
Sure.
Now, you'll know, Tom, battle rap community knows I just got cooked badly. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, it's kind of, I just put up a tweet. Now, mind you, I take hours to like edit videos and all that and get small views. Ah, well.
You do get small views, by the way. I'm not saying I get many views at all, but you do get, like, why don't people view you? I like you good stuff. The content's decent.
Yeah,
it's like jovial Scott on the other end of the line.
And I'm just calling people on their shit. So I put up a
some Marvel chat every now and
then. yeah, every so often. I put up a tweet, and I stand by this, Tom, and I want to know what you think. At the end of the year, if Soul Khan was to come across UK, I think he should battle Gas Buff.
Yeah, no, I saw the tweet. And I saw the reaction to it, and it was mad because it had like 15, 16 replies, but no likes. It was like this hard like. It was like it said the worst thing in the world. Like, you've been cancelled.
Yeah, it's like it slapped everyone's mother.
I'm sorry. Like, when you watch Battle Rap for as long as we've watched it, like, there aren't really rules. Like, you know, why can't this person battle this person? Because it won't be good. Oh, no, actually be really good. And it will be good because it's something that hasn't been done before. It's like Rum Nitty facing, you know, fucking LSD, like, whatever. Like
Rum Nitty and Quill when that happened.
Well, that happened before Rum Nitty for me was properly alien.
Yeah.
I think he went crazy on that app, like, just as it was crossing over to the app. I think he, like that.
So, like, with the thing, and just the reason why I threw that out there, I didn't think ahead of it. Have you seen Soul vs. A-Ward? Soul Khan vs. A-Ward?
I haven't actually, no.
It's you can get $5.99 as a single purchase or whatnot, or on the app subscription for iBattle. It's a really, really good battle. But I originally, beforehand, we have to think where Soul Khan was. Soul Khan, before this A-Ward battle, had on a 9-year hiatus and was destroyed by disaster. Stock, lowest that it's ever been.
Yeah.
Like who? No one was asking for Soul Khan. Nobody was asking for him, ever. And when he came back, everyone was hesitant about it. And then he has a great battle. He's not up, back status yet. I think he still has stuff to work on, because you kind of, when you fuck up as badly as you did.
If it was like old school, was it just like dropping like constantly? Like, it was very impactful.
Yeah. So when like, and I was thinking to myself, because there was obviously the conversation of who Soul Khan should battle, and I thought, like, if you give like a Soul Khan like a Matter or an O'Shea, does that really benefit them?
I don't think there's much benefit in the scene, full stop, really. You know,
okay.
I don't know what the highest ceiling is. It's to be Shotty Horror, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, like
you know, and that, no offense to that, that's an incredible position, you know. But I'm just saying, like, I think in the sort of ecosphere of it, it's not in the same way that it is in, say, I don't know, the Philippines or the United States. So, I like with the Gasper thing, I just want to see these fucking battles, man. That's man. It's like, you know, I want to see Danny Myers versus Yunnan. It's probably not going to happen, but I really want to see that battle. Danny
Myers versus Bizzo.
That will probably. Well, Danny
2023, like, there has been talks that they tried to book that.
I know that Danny Myers wants Soul, though, and I think I want Soul as well.
Yeah,
Danny Myers versus Soul.
like if Danny Myers comes to the UK, he's touring. He's doing a 2-3 week tour across the UK. Give him a week to write
this
3 rounds.
Bridge. This is an bridge, you know.
He can hang around here for a little while. That's totally fine. Danny Myers can stay in my flat if he wants to, if that's a place for him, and then we'll drive to whatever event. Don't care.
And Danny Myers, that's a good segue, because he's been involved in some crazy battles in
what was it? And another battle that I think that we should mention, because I think it was probably one of the most impactful of the year, UK side things, Yunnan versus Whispers.
Well,
that was this year.
I was there, actually.
Yes, you were.
I was there. You can see me there as well if you look. You can see me clearly with my girlfriend. And I brought my old friend from work, a Venezuelan guy called Javi. He's short with long hair, and you can see the 3 of them at the spotlight catches us again at the left-hand side of the screen. But that was a weird
Did they catch you when the blades shine off the light? Did they catch you then?
There was a glimmer. It was, it was like an old poetry anthology thing. I don't know, but yeah, it was weird. But yeah, the battle itself is a weird experience as well for me, Cam, because I saw it and I raved about it on Twitter, and I was like, "It's the greatest battle I've ever seen." Whispers was like, and looking back, I didn't misremember anything, but like, I don't know. The energy's different. It's an odd experience to just have to change your mind. Yeah.
Like, and you know what, right? And I don't think that you've changed your mind. It's just you walked away from that battle. Like, how many performers are there really in the UK?
That's a good question. Very few.
Like as a kind of like a trait for a battle. There's not that many performers. That's what Whispers is. He's a performer. So you're going to walk away feeling like it's the greatest battle ever. And you know what, though? Like, the material's pretty much there. Whispers, one or two that are a little bit played out, but it's a top quality battle. And that started off the year. Because that also had the Funky D battle. Now, Tom, what do you think about Funky D?
Not best pleased. Not best
No?
pleased. Oh, God. Oh, hell no. That push was awful.
Yeah, okay. The push was off. Yeah, like it was
okay. I mean, he wasn't, wasn't worth it.
I want to see him back.
You have to excuse the shoulder barge because the bar was fire before, but it's like with him, it's like, no.
I really want to see him back. I think he's got Cassidy energy, and I fuck with that.
Well, yeah, we do need something to elevate the UK scene. I agree, because
are you going? That's the guy who's going to do it.
Yeah.
Like you know what? I think because that started off with was supposed to have it, then Lunar Sea was about to return, and then all of a sudden we ended up with Georgie Roots in that battle instead. But I do think there is an importance to that battle about industry people and what they expect when they come back to battle rap, and that was definitely not what to do. You can't out gangster someone in the UK crowd. Possibly in the US, can't do it in the UK. To get through your material, because the energy for him as well being there, it just needed. If it was clean, that is more debatable in my opinion.
Sure.
If it was clean, but because of everything else, you can't give him anything. And Georgie was really trying to talk to him, but that was a great start to the year. Just some bullshit in an amazing battle at the end. We knew 2022 was going to be some year after that.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a few more now that you mention it, and I've also looked at my list on my computer. There's a few more UK battles that I just want to mention quickly.
Yes, of course.
I wanted to point to. In particular, the Briggsy battle. I think he has some incredible material in that Premier battle.
Yeah,
on Absolute. He just has this. I don't know. He has this just way of slow punching in a kind of conversational way that's just really rapid. I don't know. It's the musicality to it that I really like.
So there's not many battlers that actually walk. You know when they say "take this walk with me." Moke is one of those that take this walk with me.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll describe everything. He'll bring it all
Definitely.
up.
He talks about going to Vegas with Bizzo, and it's very well written.
And him having his and there's a reason why Moke got the return versus Arc.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, because Moke was on a tear. He was that guy for a while, and angles and the way he took people apart. He was definitely that guy. But just Arc coming back in the Frost. Now I fuck with Frost heavy. He shout when I seen him, he shouted at me, telling me that I was dumb, and then we hugged, and I asked him about his fatherhood and all that. I fuck with him heavy. But did I not get that battle exactly right? With 2-1 Moke, Frost takes a round.
Yeah, it was.
I got that one bang on.
The hell freezes over,
Yeah. Oh, man.
There was some great shit.
Moke is so good. Now, another battle for me that I'll bring up as well. This was the first event in Scotland. Main event, Raptor versus Mackenzie.
Yes.
Now,
Scheme dinners.
Scheme dinners. What? They don't know about that. See how much of an insult to call someone you're pale and frail.
Scottish
you look
bar as fuck that is.
Yeah, you look like you're if you were in Scotland, you'd be from Paisley. That's
that is
And even with Raptor, because it was like Raptor had to fight back, and it was good to see that. That's what made the battle so great, is that Mackenzie had the crowd, he had us, we were all going crazy, and then Raptor had to snatch it. And even with you rule iron bars, but I rule with an iron fist. Oh, it was so perfect how he put that all together, built it up. The crescendo
Mackenzie's
was
like actually one of the best. Actually, now that I go and think of it, like
he is
because of that way. It's I don't know. It doesn't make me screw face much, but it's just like the writing is just and the energy he projects. But yeah, sorry. Just to quote that bar. Sorry, the full bar is: I've had dinosaurs on my plates like a scheme dinner. So that's like a council. A
scheme dinner is just whatever's in the freezer, you put it on the plate.
Oh, I see. A scheme.
That's it. So like turkey dinosaur, it's just whatever shit. You come back from school or something. There's not much. Like mum's not going to mum may not have enough money to go shopping or and then just whatever's in the freezer, up it together. That's a scheme dinner.
That's a scheme dinner. Chiller's taking notes right now.
Yeah.
So someone else I want to talk about is Visual.
Yes.
Visual kind of left Earth this year, right?
He did. The pathogenic battle, bro.
That's good.
Insane. Like Visual on my champion of the year list, him and Bison Briggs have got honorable mentions because they've had fucking great years.
Right.
They've
Briggsy.
fucking amazing years. Like Briggsy would be in my top 20 if he didn't choke versus Black T.
UK Koei.
Yeah, UK. Oh yeah, UK. He's like top 3.
UK, top 3.
To me, he top 3 battle of the year.
No, I think. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I think it goes Bizzle, Visual, Briggsy, and then whoever else after that. As a 5, them 3 than anyone else. Like that pathogenic battle might be one of my favorite battles that I've seen live.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Because I know you've seen quite a catalogue, so that's a high praise.
Yeah, when I really think of it, it's one of my favorites. Definitely of this year for sure. That and the Tony D1 Raptor Mackenzie. But you know what it was? It was like I had no idea who pathogenic was, so I had no expectation.
Yeah.
None. And deliberately just went, I'm not watching his battles, I'll see him live. And that kind of old school fresco style, it was so refreshing.
Right. Yeah.
The one bar that's rung in my head ever since, and I still ring in my head now, and it was it's like the Stairway to Heaven in the Guitar Store because I won't let you play that shit here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, I honestly, I really enjoyed that battle.
A battle we can't not talk about actually, and I'm so glad we didn't miss this battle. Jem versus Bobby.
Yes, that whole event. That's probably
you were there.
Like plug 2 is probably event of the year, but yeah, Jem versus Bobby, that. It's everything that you want. A little bit in me wishes that Jem maybe had a bit more in his third before he kind of gave the ode to Bagnall, but I totally understand why. I wish he had a little bit more, but the first 2 rounds, I think Bobby was amazing. I just think Jem did enough to close them out. Now, mind, Jem had to fight for that. Like the first round sets the standard. Bobby comes back, may not have won the round, but no, this is the energy. This is the aggression. This is my horse. Had everything there, just ready for Gemini. And that's what we need to see. Intensity. Yeah. It was everything there, everything that we needed. So good. As a back and forth, that with Bobby and how he hits himself. I was worried we were going to get more of the fake Bobby. I was worried. I was thinking, I didn't know if that was going to work with Gemini, but we got the best of Bobby, just absolute aggression. And then we got the Gemini who's just back on form after 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years and he's just back like it's nothing. Mm-hmm. And I would never have thought he was in a position where he was just sleeping on a mattress when he was on Summer Madness.
No.
Never, ever presented any of that type thing. He looked like a star up there. Crazy. Now, I'm assuming you have seen this battle as well. Frankie versus...
I have seen this one. Yeah, I have seen this one.
Fucking believable. Like, just another... Just like that event was just littered with great battles. Like,
it really was, actually, yeah.
Like, that Bobby and that Frankie and Scoop, man, like that, everything it needed to be happened. It was incredible. Like,
I mean, they're both so good. Scoop is so good, though, man. He's so enjoyable, and like you can tell because obviously he's achieving this great fame now for his spoken word prowess, serving on Sky Arts and such. And he does just carry this like magnetism about him that I find so enjoyable to watch. And his style. You raptor preserve like mummification.
Yeah, a goat to a god is a sacrifice.
That was a huge room shaker. That was crazy as well.
And then Frankie with the like, here's Sky News with the inside scoop.
Yeah, incel weapon like a shank. Like
that was crazy as well. It's so like that. It's just everything needed to be and. Like both, like I'm hoping that we get more Scoop, hoping that we get more Frankie going into this year because holy shit, like that incredible stuff. Like I feel like all I'm doing is just sucking cocks of these guys right now. Apologies for the crude language. But
look, this is about. Like, you know, hopefully people listen to that know this. But let us know.
But you know, that's like it's been such a good year. Like what else could be done? Like if it was a shit year, we'd be here.
I'm glad we're immortalising at least a little bit of it. And again, like, apologies to any battlers listening that are like screaming. But let me just shout out a few. I guess Reverse actually. It's not come out on the YouTube channel yet, but he battled Savant on the Premier Battles Patreon. I don't know if you caught that.
I've not yet. Some of them I'm kind of waiting on. Like I just seen 1 a.m. versus Ellis Dean as well. But with Reverse, credit to him. Like he's the new guy who's like. There's not many people that have arrived what Reverse is doing.
No, he studied the game.
Still,
I think he studied with Sensei Shuffle, actually.
Sorry?
So, I think he studied with Shuffle T.
Oh, really?
Had like a few rap lessons from him, I believe. Yeah, but he's absolutely incredible in this Savant battle. These are 3 long rounds, deep sort of character assassination stuff. Lots of sort of proto Quill stage work, you know, the way they'll sort of crawl and hop and, you know, whatever. But he's great. So
and he's a student to the game.
He got drafted into Sharks, I think, because
he was in Division 2 with Venom, and then he moved up because I think Raptor might have dropped out or something.
Raptor dropped out for some reason. I'm not quite sure, but he's been lifted up, which is so fucking cool because he is fucking great. And I remember seeing him ages ago, you know, performing Don't Flop or whatever, and he just came a long way. So, but the other battle that I wanted to mention was Quill versus Crafty. This was the Don't Flop title match. It just came out like 2 weeks ago.
No, it's not long out, eh? Like it's
not long out. What did you make of it?
So my thought on the battle, I was maybe I always have a little bit of a bias for Crafty because I feel like he had such a bad run with it like before, like he was just getting ragged on, whether it was like the Ginger Poet shit or just like he kind of got a bad rap from like the UK forum. I'm not saying that as like the thing, but just as like the mindset of a UK fan, he just kind of got ragged on a bit. Like even for him losing this battle, this is probably the best look that Crafty's had in years.
Sure.
In years. And it showed that there was a level of respect there, because if Quill didn't do everything that he was doing in the performance, Quill's another performer. I would put a performer on Quill's tab.
This is one of his most performing battles. He's so good in performing in this battle.
Like, if he didn't do he had to pull out every trick because Craft was coming for him.
Yeah, there's such different attack styles in that battle.
Absolutely. I mean,
it's not the Quill you really know. Like, it's not this. Like, I like the style that he's doing. It's kind of, but he's not peppering him as much. But like, it's so direct.
And you know what I like? I don't know how well it'll age. You know, when we like watch back in these battles for years to come, because you know whatever happens on the internet stays on the internet. I don't know how well this will age. with the water over the head. I know what he was going for, but does that age well in years to come?
It didn't bother me as much as some people.
Yeah.
But
I think maybe I just look at that and I just see like all the air being breathed in Crafty's face. You see it all laid up, and he's like, oh, I don't know if I could deal with that.
Yeah,
it's like spitting on him almost. It's like, but like this whole year, especially on the UK side of Tom, has been fucking fantastic, and the energy needs to keep up through the year. The energy needs to be up. We need to stand up from here now and move forward, because now this is what we expect.
It really has. I mean, I thought this before the call. I'm thinking it even more now that this year has been incredible. And I want to shout out everyone involved in the year. I know that sounds facetious to be like everyone involved, but I mean it. Like, everyone helps arrange these events and travels to these events and pays tickets and buys pay-per-views and fucking likes tweets. And,
absolutely.
It does all kind of run on that. And like, I do really appreciate everyone that does that in any form, from battler to leader to whatever. So this year even had we've skimmed past it because I'm not sure the battles were the best. We finally got that league versus league event this year. Sure. Oh god, yeah. We didn't even mention the Shotty battle.
Nah, we haven't. Like we've this year's been so good. We haven't. Any other world, the league versus league thing's like the biggest thing going. But because we've had such a great year, you forget about that. You forget that, like, the fact that they were to battle, and then whoever wins gets the footage. Right. And this, I think most of them ended up being on Premier Battles. I know Shotty won, and I think Quill won as well. And then maybe the Tech one, I think, went to Nolu's chat.
Okay.
Like it was like the way that whole event, like it was super interesting, because we kind of, before that battle, it seemed to be a little divide between, like, kind of it was a little bit like the Don't Flop and Gift of the Gab, but come as one now. In Premier Battles, Nolu's chat, even Don't Flop me. Ur's coming to events now. Ur was at the Plug 2.
Wow,
like
that is
like it. He was there, and he was a good time. He drinking away, went to the boxing event afterwards. Like, he was there for it all. So like the UK battle rap it's becoming one, and it's about as healthy as it's going to be.
Hey,
we just need to. We not go fuck up these relationships that we've got now.
We're not going to react too much in the crowd at events.
Yeah. mate, like I'll tell you what. Here I go. I'm going to bust my gun a little bit here. UK battle rap got better when I got involved in crowds.
I don't disagree, actually. I've always approved of your actions, but yes, some people.
Yeah, like I tried my first event, like after the whole COVID and all that, Bizzle versus Tony D. Boom! I walk in for Battle of the Year. Next event, Twitter, Raptor versus Mackenzie. Boom! Walk in for Battle of the Year. Then we have Apex. I'm there. And okay, they put a barrier and they actively went, no, you can't pass here. Okay, great event again. And even after that, Plug 2, there again, event of the year. And if you go from before that, it's you had your it was on Anarchy. It was like you had Visual and Georgie Roots.
Oh yeah,
Bizzo and Koji. That event was okay. You had the rebuild with the Nolu's chat and that, decent enough event. But as soon as we got to Bizzo and Tony D, it went up.
It did.
It went up from there. Now, obviously, I'm joking more that I did that myself. But
no, of course. Only a fool would. But no, that was.
I can see the quote tweets being made now.
LTBR all day with this, I'm sure.
If only, man, fuck with LTBR.
Yeah, fuck. Shout out France and.
But I definitely, the second half of Premier Battles has been probably the best 6-month stretch that we've had ever.
Of Premier Battles.
I think I would say so, because you have like if we go like the infamous 2012, and you have because you go fourth birthday. That's where you go from there.
Yeah.
And then what was before that? That was really impactful.
Fourth birthday was to the Test 10, was it? In Leeds?
See,
Luna
there we
and
go.
the doubles. That was quite impactful.
Did the
Lego
test
versus
10?
Blizzard. Oh no, it was wasn't it the one before 4th birthday?
No,
Assuming
I think that's
way before.
2011
No, you're
because you're
right. That is
thinking.
way before. Yeah, so that would be to the test 10, I think, maybe, because Distinction was 2013. So,
Yeah.
But okay, no, still, it's an era. So
Yeah, I think and for that, and if trying to think of like the 2015, where it's like this, like maybe even 2015, the 5th birthday, 6th birthday, you have them events. But what did we have before?
yeah, I mean, certain years or certain fallow, like, it was interesting to see Don't Flop sort of enter that 2014 sort of demo battle, sort of, soup of it all. But okay, here's a question for you that I was thinking of myself, right? Because I heard about this recently. I heard of like on Reddit or something, someone's like, they're going to go to America, and the reason they're going on holiday is because they want to see a Lakers game or whatever. They follow the Lakers, and that's part of their trip. So I was thinking, why don't people do fucking URL holidays? Like, if I know that there's a big event going down in fucking New York or fucking anywhere, Baton Rouge, you might as well, like,
Bro, don't even, don't even.
Like, oh yeah,
if we had that set up like a UK bus.
No, seriously, man. So I know it'll be.
I'd 100% go.
But you've got to go. Like, you've got to go. Like, I would love to.
Like having like all of us, bucket hats,
let's go.
UK t-shirts and flags.
Yeah,
the Big Apple. Like we stick it like a sore thumb. But
well, you might get mentioned, got referenced maybe because you're on fucking Angry Fan a little bit, which is congrats. That's great.
I tell you, shout out Angry Fan, man. Like, a fair bit.
How did you get on Angry Fan's channel? I meant to ask you actually.
So how this happened is like I've not that I've known Caps for a while. It's that I've followed the show for many years and whatnot, and I think he was setting up on his second channel and he was doing a bit of a live, and I he just sort of like we were just in the chat and whatnot. I just ended up hopping in on the live. And we just started talking about it was the night after Apex.
Okay.
So like the night after Apex, I'm in Manchester. I'm doing hee haw anyway. Like I'm not back till the next day because I was meant to be a 2-day event, and obviously they cancelled it. So I'm in Manchester. I'm just doing shit for the day and I just happened to hop on, and from there it's like, yo, you have to come on because just because I started arguing with everyone about JC and Sue Surf and how Surf was going to 30 JC because Battle Rap's a bastard.
Sure.
And was I fucking not right again?
You were, yeah, that was a kind of shocking battle, but unsurprising in so many other fucking ways.
like JC coming out there with the lime green hoodie, glasses, and thinking that he won the money he didn't need to do anymore. And he got smoked for that badly. Holy shit! Like that was like a bit of a like they've got a bit of a weird year now, Tom. They've got a lot on their plate right now. Whether I think their ARP lawsuit's still going on, Norb's still going on.
Is that still going on? Lawsuit, wasn't it thrown out or
no? What it was is. This case is still on. It's just that they put out Norbs is like a co-owner. Okay. Like they had a mini lawsuit for that. So when it comes to whatever payment or anything like that, it'll affect it a huge amount. So I think he was going for 40 million, and if he was a co-owner, he might have got $1 million, 2 million out of that. But now they're having further disputes. Now that they've said that he will owner, but a hired person, so he might walk away with fuck all. The suit is still going. It just took a huge loss to start with.
So yeah, let's get into some just URL battles in general then. And
wait, also Chrome 23 cease and assist as well. You are Keisha. Yeah, they sent a cease and assist for Easy the Block Captain and Hitman Holler.
God, that is okay. Fuck.
Yeah, and K-Shine and Av and their contract issues. Like URL's in a weird position right now. Like it's not friends anymore over there. It's politics.
Yeah, no, it has
It could be interesting to see how they get on. But let's The US had some fucking great battles too, though.
Of course. I mean, and there's so many battles, obviously, that we're not going to get through them all. But there is a lot that I want to talk about. I mean, just briefly, did you catch Easy versus Calico? That was one I had to watch twice. I did. That really enjoy that.
That was
battle.
a weird one. That was a weird. It was a good battle, but it was weird. I didn't like Calico talking about how his daughter's gorgeous.
That was weird. That's not the reason I picked that battle. That was towards the end of the. It's more for his kind of like conversational style, like you know, he's kind of like whispered. Like I really like that, and it's quite captivating. But
it's how he dealt with it's how Calico dealt with clips and dealt with chess. Like just that it's the smooth Detroit style.
On the bullshits, like
man. But Easy is the fucking man, isn't he?
He seems to be, yeah. And I remember him. Obviously, remember literally from back in the day. I just remember him as a random name before he came up on Ultimate Madness, sort of had this resurgence. But I definitely have this weird memory of playing a fucking golf game on my PS4. And I was listening to Tony Bro, I think had Rita on, and it was before UM1. And they were discussing people, and they were discussing Easy to Block Captain. And they were saying that, you know, I think Rita said didn't fancy his chances, whatever. And he then hopped on the call and then started having a go and da-da-da-da-da. And that sort of stuck him out to me. But
fucking that's so the energy that I do love about him.
Second wind in battle rap. You really don't really see that, yeah.
So because if people who might not be aware, if you want to do a little research on Easy the Block Captain,
right?
No, Easy the Block Captain versus Twerk.
That is a rematch.
That was a one rounder on Gates of the Garden. Gets nasty for Easy. That's a nasty round for Easy. Like, and the way he bounced back after that, like that's a round that ends people's career. Like the fish with the fishnets and the pantyhose, like and going at his. Oh my god! Like if I'm not saying for you like, oh, do you want to see him lose? Watch this, but you know when you see where he was then and where he is now, unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
Another battle I enjoyed, less of you battle on YouTube, battle with a veteran. This is the Saurus versus Prehistoric.
I've not seen that yet. I'm seeing a lot of good things about it.
Really enjoyed that battle. Yeah, I love Saurus altogether.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I am a huge fan of his work and his style and just kind of the history at play, I guess, in a certain way.
Yeah,
but, you know, he is just a vet and I just, you know, I'm a big fan. But yeah, I mean, the Bizzo battle as well, which we didn't really touch upon.
I know, I kind of skipped past that a little bit. It's a shame what happened.
It is a shame what happened. It's kind of a little bit of the whole Matter scenario, like 10 years before. Like, he comes over to battle the excited new guy and then, But still, he had some good rounds and some good writing. But I think Bizzo, maybe even if Pete got through it, I think Bizzo might have still took it. He had some good stuff.
Yeah, like Bizzo's. Oh man, you can't get Bizzo. He's a fucking boy.
Second wind, actually. Yeah, that's another.
Yeah, like him as well. Like, absolutely. We always bring it up every episode, when it comes to like him and like go doing the Don't Flop tournament and like the Kid Verbal battle.
And, he battled like Sleepy G and like
Sleepy G.
Yeah.
Man, he was a killer, Sleepy G. Like we can't literally sleep on him. Like he was a bit of a killer, man, and he just sort of faded away. Poor guy. So,
no, Saurus versus Prehistoric. Definitely go check that one out. And you know, also like people forget about Danny versus Nitty too.
Yeah, on the app, absolutely, absolutely.
That was a really good battle.
Right, just run Nitty's fucking great, isn't he? Like. Oh,
no,
so while we've got
he's the most satisfying puncher to watch in battle rap, I'd say.
Yes,
for me.
And his connective tissue. Now, this is something that also I did have a note of it myself because I wanted to ask you about it, and I'm glad you mentioned it. But it is a great battle with Danny Myers. Like Danny Myers, I won't say where he is on my champion of the year list because that comes out another day.
No, but it's it's just the battle's got this claustrophobic energy as well, and like
yes. So what I wanted to ask you now: Have you seen what Mad Flex has been saying recently?
No, actually.
Okay, so did you watch him versus Bobby Lee way back in part of like the Grand Prix?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so what it was is that Mad Flex is going on about how it doesn't matter about the bar that is being said, it's about who says it, right? Because Mad Flex in that Bobby Lee battle, and he was posting the clips, he was sharing it to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
He had the same bar, almost same bar, as Rum Nitty did. You know, Rum had versus Fawns had the I hold the power in the volume.
Oh,
like
yeah,
a screenshot.
of course. Yeah.
And but
oh, that's Mad Flex is something very similar.
yeah, yes, and his one was they don't hold you down. You don't have power holding on to home because they screen shots. It's pretty much like that.
Sure, kinda.
That's the thing. My thought on it is that the way that Mad Flex, because Mad Flex is part of the bar, is that they screen shots, not that power in the volume like a screenshot. But Mad Flex is saying
screenshot
that
is the heart of the bar, though. Like,
yes,
the screen. Yeah. Why doesn't a battle rapper understand that? Like, I'm sure Mad Flex does. I'm not trying to insult him, but it's like words are just completely malleable, right? Like, I don't.
Yes, and that's the thing I thought about myself is the context of the bar is that Mad Flex has used his screenshots bar, like he deliberately abbreviated, or had the gap in the middle between screen and shots. Like that's where his wordplay is. Sure. The context of what Nitty did when the battle was supposed to be on volume is way cleaner. What Mad Flex was trying to do.
Yeah,
like the way that Mad Flex set it all up, and because he said on his tweet about, this isn't my first rewrite. I did this multiple times and made sure everything was perfect. Like your bar's not as good as his.
No. I mean, yeah, no.
Like I feel I'll find the tweet. I'll tweet it. I'll send you and just a bit more context on it. But yeah, like the way that Mad Flex did, like, and it was it wasn't salty, but it was like. You know that they're different contexts,
sure.
and you're not trying, and he specifically said he's not trying to like put down on Nitty or put down on anyone, just
sure.
as an observation of the greater context of the greater situation. But you're putting that out there and you're trying to kind of dismiss probably Rum Nitty's highlight bar versus when it's more different than you're allowing it to be. I just wondered if you knew anything about it or like your thought
I
on
love
it.
that. That is very interesting. Yeah, very interesting that you did that. And
it was very out of character.
Shout out
for
to Mad Flex. Mad
well.
Flex has been on the show. Mad Flex has been on the show.
Yeah,
I remember I got angry at him over Soul, and we had a good laugh. And he's a great guy. And so
he's somebody.
He is indeed, and he was part of the Grand Prix, and there's loads of Grand Prix battles to go through here as well. But
yeah, for sure.
What are some ones from the Grand Prix that you were a big fan of? Maybe I guess the final as well. Bill versus Mac was good.
I think you know what? I think Mad Flex's run on the Grand Prix was watchable for every single one. Now. Gotta give Bill Collector credit here because Bill Collector, you whack him in the tournament and he's either in the final or he's winning it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is shown to be a real tournament battler. He had the 25k versus Holmesy the God, ended up on Summer Madness for it. Then like the next year he's on the Grand Prix for 100k and wins that as well. Like, but if any battles in particular, I think I would say that. The Bill Collector in Mad Flex is a particular favorite of mine.
Yeah, very.
Like when I go through it and the pass, Pass's return as well was so great. So great to see
Bill as well.
Yeah, man, it was so great to see that. Like, did you see the King of the Dot title match?
Which one was that?
Real Deal and Saint.
Did I even? I don't think I've watched that. I don't think I've seen it. How was it?
That's that. You know what? That's and I totally understand if you haven't because
I love, but yeah,
like the way the King of the Dot are right now.
On it once, but that's all.
You know the way King of the Dot are right now, mate. Like I totally understand that. They had the Grand Prix, and then there just hasn't been anything for like almost a year.
It's hard though, isn't it? I guess it's hard.
Yeah, and it's a shame. And obviously they had the Pat Stay situation. So I hear there's an event coming, like the long live Pat Stay. and I think I've just seen Rowan call it dumbfounded.
Yes. Yeah,
just which I don't know how I feel about that, because I thought they already battled, but I guess they hadn't. It's one of those grind time battles you just assume happened before. Like, I can almost hear the Asian jokes from Rowan.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like kind of like Conceited as well. Conceited and Dumbfounded from the same sort of era, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
and yeah, okay. Well, that's a fucking landmark battle. I mean, there's two people who have really, proved their worth and been on huge shows and stuff like.
And that one should get 500,000 at least in views. Like, when that comes out, that should bang. Like, so it makes sense if they did it, but if they do it or not, it's another thing. I just want to ask you as well, Tom. Now, and I think you've probably seen it live as well. Has your life changed since Murder Mook beat Geechee Goy?
No, but it was quite surprising, and it was very masterful on Mook's part.
It was unbelievably masterful. Masterful is the perfect word for that. Just not a decimation,
no,
but play every card that you have. You throw the whole deck out there, and he just went crazy. Like, I to this day, I'm like, welcome to the party. Like, to this day, and obviously no one has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. And they go, welcome to the party. And I just get the weird looks. That runs through my head to this day. Like, I believe what we were seeing live. And I have to say, every time I see a Murder Mook battle, it's the best battle that I see on the stream. And I say it, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
When I seen Reed Dollars or the Mook, it was so awful, it was hilarious. Averb versus Murder Mook. At the time, live.
Oh my god!
Greatest thing I'd ever seen at the time.
27-minute round, the third round.
Yeah, the third is about 27 minutes, and then Diz just come back with like a 31 minute. But watching that live on the stream, like, my eyes were glued.
Yeah,
I was with everything.
Tay-Rock as well.
Averb, not one of us. Yeah, Tay-Rock on caffeine, and
his best work.
People need to put respect on Mook's name.
Look, that Tay-Rock battle, fucking hell. Geeky as well. People have feasted on Tay-Rock. Pause, like, crazy.
Yeah. So what's your thought on Tay-Rock right now? Because Tay-Rock is like,
because Tay-Rock always calms down
every battle,
and then he goes crazy again. It's like there was all the SMD stuff and the chain stuff, and then he was cool.
Yeah.
And now there's all like, what's going on with Snake and whatnot, and just and obviously Kid Slade. Yeah, just, I don't know, man. It's just hard.
His Kid Slade stock dropped. Holy
Word to
shit!
Unbiased. Yeah, no, it did.
Word to Unbiased. Like that was
an assassination.
Even if Kid Slade won the battle, like, that's what can be done about that. Like, URL probably will book him, but it's just going to be. He's on the bag fence now.
He needs to battle Gas Buff. I think that's the only battle that makes sense right now.
Yeah, Gas Buff. Yeah, absolutely. Soul Clan, why not?
Oh, that's actually yeah. I like that. But
because that's like, for Tay-Rock, that's 3 battles that he's fucked up. Because it was Kid Slade, it was the Snake, and at the start of the year, he really tried to ruin the Danny. He really did. The face-off before, the tables getting flipped, the threats outside the venue, and I'm on my own, you won't touch me, do nothing. He was going crazy.
Yeah, no.
And then Danny just destroys him.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's light when you walk into... Yeah, just...
Oh, man. I said, stop! Hammer time!
No, Danny is legit one of my all-time favorite battle rappers. And
mine as well.
So he always will be.
Like this, it's always it's either 0% or 100%. Like, Danny Myers will sooner pass out and be tired on the stage than not give it 100% every battle.
That's so true. That's so true.
He's some guy, like he really is. Like,
Oh my
but
god, I watched him
Danny,
versus
I really
JC
think Danny's had a fucking amazing year. Like all in all, like you get
Yes.
the
Does
work
he have
effort.
any Coty top 10 or?
Well, you know what? If you want to find out that, shameless plug, wink, wink. But
Yep.
he's very high up for me. Like, look, think of it this way, right? And because I know everyone's talking about Suge, the Suge and Avar, fucking unbelievable battle as well, unexpectedly amazing, right? Now, you think of Danny Myers' year, and everyone say, like I said, everyone's saying Shotgun Suge and whatnot, and Swamp. Everyone's saying these names, but there's Danny Myers battled every single puncher this year.
Yeah,
every single one was Av, Fonz, Nitty, None. There was one or two others that he did as well. B Magic, he's Clone.
Yep, Clone.
Tay-Rock, technically. Like that's 8 punchers.
No, he battled that guy dressed as an old man.
He did on Gate to the Garden. That is that his gimmick?
I don't really know. I just watch it because it's Danny Myers. It's like
yeah. You see Danny and you click it.
Sums it up perfectly. It's like every 3 months I just Google Danny Myers versus and look at the most recent, and it has like 400 upvotes.
Yeah, there's you just go like most recently updated and just find everything.
It'll be like if there's been a full moon, Danny Myers has released a new battle. Like, it's good though. It's like
it's always good. With Danny, like I have him very high on my champion of the year. With Suge, because Suge did have a good year. He destroyed Chess, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He destroyed Chess, like, and I had stumbles, hype, damn near stopped there. Drugs destroyed him there, and that was just so fucking good. So good. I mean that uploaded on the app. They're fucking playing with us with that.
What has Suge changed though? Because he doesn't seem to have changed much for me.
Who, Suge?
Yeah, in terms of his approach, it's still the sort of jackhammer Av sort of.
I think it's just the performance aspect.
Like it's like
like the way that he is like the material hasn't changed much, but it's the confidence in him saying it. Because whether we want to admit it or not, that the confidence in your performance affects all your material. You can have the best stuff in the world, but you can't say it. It's not going to work. Like, and it just seems that Shotgun Suge's just found his kind of his second wind as well. He's found what he's needing to do and he's just spamming the shit out of it. Absolutely, like, but we also with that conversation need to remember that Suge did lose to Ryder and he did lose to Prep
early in the year,
and he lost the Swamp.
He did. Yeah, he did. He did lose to Swamp. You're right.
Like. So when I see everyone because that's the narrative that Suge is champion of the year. You got to hold on a second. Wait a damn minute. It's no quite that. So and Tom, while we're on about like the US side of things, now I think we called this almost a year ago. I'm not sure if we were like live when we were saying it. Midnight Madness.
Damn. Yeah. That honestly, that needs like a Netflix, not true crime, but it needs like something to dissemble it because it was a fascinating
an investigation
moment in battle rap where anything seemed possible, wasn't it? It was all conceived online, in spaces, in house. Everyone was captains and everyone had teams and they went bowling and it all fell apart and it's like there were battles. It's one thing, and also None beat Snake Eyes as well. I'm sorry, so it's like
I don't know, man.
That was the true.
It was a really good battle. It was really close, but I don't know, man.
It was good. It was close. But what
energy.
What do you think of that then? The Midnight Madness thing, because you're right. That was a bad moment, like in 2020, just the start of 2022.
It was, and you know what? It was on the tail ends of Surf being back. Like he had his 3 battles in a row. That he just washed everyone in, and I think it was at a point, right, we need to bring this back to the battle rappers a bit, and man, it was too many chefs, too many people trying to get involved, too many people throwing in ideas and then just like okay, this is happening now. No one knew what the fuck was going on, but the hype was all there.
Yeah.
These teams were just pulled out of thin air, and we got 3 events out of them teams, and we had everybody was in there. But they just pulled it out their arse. Went, okay, well, this is a team, but wait till URL send a cease and desist to Midnight Madness. I know it was sort of injunction, and it was the complication of it.
I think I saw on Hip Hop.
This is where the complication was, because I know there was people like A-Ward and whatnot that were supposed to do these battles, but because they were coming up to the URL app, like A-Ward and a few others like dipped in and was like, no, we're not giving the URL our content from another league, because we have a set price that we are offered for URL. Because they're all in negotiations. So it was very slick what they tried to do. But it seemed that after the first event, like URL just sort of parted ways a bit, and then it all just went Pete Tong after that.
Did they do 2 events?
I think it was about 3 altogether, I think, because there was the original one, then there was like the tryout one, and I think about 3, but it had like 2 tryout-y events, because one of them had the Snake versus Quark.
Yes, that's right. That happened really late, didn't it? And
it was like in the car park. Another incredible battle.
I remember I was at my staying at my girlfriend's flat in Bristol, and I got up early on a Saturday. It happened on the Friday night, and I think it had happened at like 1 a.m. in like LA or something. I don't know, somewhere with a big time difference. Because I remember going out to Greg's in the morning, listening to the Space on my Bluetooth headphones, and it was 8 a.m. at me, and it was like 1 a.m. there or whatever. And it was just people recap battle and going mad for the battle. But it's weird how these things lodge in. But the main reason the Midnight Madness, like, I know what the thumbnail of the video is going to be if it's a big exploratory video. It is the tattoo. The guy that got the Midnight Madness tat, man.
You get a tattoo, you get fuck me. I can't believe and they got on the side of their head.
Yeah. Oh no, he fucking.
Oh my!
Yeah, he did.
Oh, man, what we do for battle rap, eh? And you know what? Truth be told, 3 months later, Don't Flop tattoo event.
Yeah, true.
They had an event where they get freestyled while they get tattoos. They must have got Don't Flop tattooed on like their ankles or something. Like, I haven't seen any of the battles from it or anything, but
Hulk got a arm tattoo, I think, on his shoulder. Yeah,
I
believe so.
Madness,
but
that whole side, like, it was so interesting to see what was going on there with Midnight Madness. But it was either a URL plan in a way of trying to get battles off the cheap for their app, or it was these 3 guys, Bill Collector, Surf, and Jackboy, not realizing the business in battle rap, and you can't just take all these battlers, and because it's a battle on battle league, you can't just accept they'll be able to do all these battles. No, it never works like that.
And in the spirit of preservation, people should go on YouTube and download the Midnight Madnesses that are up there. There's some spaces up there. I'm looking at one. Snake Eyes versus Twerk goes left. Well, quote, welcome to the snake pit, apparently, with the snake emoji.
Oh, my God.
Sue Surface there. And they did face-offs, obviously, in there as well. And it was like this perfect breeding ground for battle rap, wasn't it? It was like such a weird, intoxicating moment.
And it came at the right time, in these Twitter spaces. Like
early post-COVID US is like, it's like... Yeah.
I was not a fan of the Twitter Spaces to start with, and I'm barely in them. Like I'll catch it on YouTube or something like.
You're the UK's
you know what it is. With Twitter Spaces, it sort of feels like that. Like, you only have to go with their own narrative. So like if I was invited to like another Twitter space or something, and there's like an argument, and then just being able to go, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think it's like, like if you only get as much as you can say. So I prefer, for me, like I know I'm very heavy in like battle rap Discord, very heavy on the Black Compass side, and that's one of the ways I've known Tony Bro and all them. Like, I'm very heavy there, But it's kind of like the Twitter spaces kind of just became kind of circle jerks, essentially.
Definitely. And, there are real weird downsides. Like, do we need to talk about fucking Greedy? Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
What?
Christ.
What was that?
He was the man.
He controlled
we can't.
He was this weirdo that had like this monotone voice that was like charmless amidst all these great battle rappers.
Yeah.
And Surf loved him for some reason, and it was like I don't really know what it was like.
Yeah, like it was literally like he was. It was almost like he was a bit like the technician, almost like he would just tell them, if you're doing this, it's how to fix it and whatnot.
He was like the marionette. He was like playing everyone.
Yeah, he was every single Twitter space, and you see how everyone like. Okay, like understandably, everyone backtracked on him after everything that was coming out,
of course.
But like he was certified everywhere.
No, he was. I'll never forget. It was him and Bill Collector and Vixen, and I was listening to it. And it was. I think I might have texted you actually when I heard him say this. I was like, So Vixen's just like obviously Vixen, one of the greatest. Like Vixen's like what we'll talk about Vixen 2022, like astonishing battle rapper. Such a fan of Vixen the Assassin. But like she was just talking, and he just like talked across the straight away, and he's like, Vixen, you're like my favorite female battle rapper ever. Like I just wanted to say that. And he's like, what are you doing? That way. He was, oh my, this guy. Like
it was just because you'd be listening to these guys speaking, and then all of a sudden everyone would just shut the fuck up for this like monotone golem just speaking.
And we should say that he was outed for some like pretty untoward shit.
Yeah, creeping. He was creeping. That's what he was doing. Yeah, he was creeping.
Yeah.
He was just not safe behavior.
No, it was a weird time. It was a weird time in battle rap, and again, it's part of Midnight Madness, and obviously, but it's its own thing as well. And like, no, I'm glad you brought that up actually, because that is a fucking man. There's so many battles still on the list I haven't spoken about, like Nitty versus A-Ward. Just was one.
Oh, break the bottle and leave a Chardonnay.
No. My favorite.
See the scream. There's some girl in that. There's some girl in that crowd who genuinely screams like it actually happened in real life at that bar.
Yeah.
Like generally like petrified because it was so gruesome.
The NCAA bar as well is crazy.
Oh my god! But that come across because the A-Ward battle happened because Rum Nitty also had contractual issues with URL, and he started just fucking off and doing other battles. I think it's like his contract has ended, and he was he's trying to negotiate for a new contract, and then he just started doing other battles instead. And the right thing to do, because these YouTube drops, Battle of the Year contender, even him versus Emerson Kennedy, like on Emerson Kennedy's channel, like he went, he got a few battles under, so people remember who the fuck he is, and now his worth's higher than it's ever been, and he's back on URL like it's nothing. That was a real good move from Rumney.
No, you're completely right. Yeah, no, he just had such freedom there and such sovereignty, and shouldn't he? Ultimately, I think he is, truly one of the greatest ever. And it's like we were saying much earlier, like when Quill and Rum Nitty battled and stuff, and I think even from then he was great, but obviously now he's just achieved this true kind of like imperionic state. Like he's
got the throne, he's got the crown. He's the fucking best.
Fascinating way of writing. It's like just every word is sort of like constructed in this way. But yeah, we've spoken a little bit about Nitty as well. But yeah, A-Ward also having
A-Ward.
Year.
You know what? I think A-Ward's missed out on a few battles this year. Like he's still in the Champion of the Year conversation. He's not like top 5 or anything, I don't think. But he's still in the. But he missed out on a few battles as well already. Like the Big K battle's happening now, but his year has been affected by cancellations and whatnot. But you see A-Ward versus Clean, right? And you see Clean literally wrote the bars on his arm.
Yeah, I hated that. Yeah.
He wrote them, cheated on a school test. But you're not even pulling out, where's your phone, Clean? Where's your phone? Why are they on your arm? Yeah. Did you not have any paper?
Well, the irony.
That was such a last resort. That's when you're like, fuck, I have no paper. I need this is important. I need to write this down.
Paper.
And you write on your hand.
Paper, definitely. So
Yeah, clean shoot.
Yeah. Paper. A Ward, Cameron, has how many YouTube uploads do you reckon he has had this year? As in battles.
Okay. I actually might be able to know the answer to this. You're asking the wrong guy here, because I might have the answer to that. It's in the 20s, if I'm correct in saying.
What's your final answer?
Because I've actually got the list right here as well. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go about 15.
16 actually.
Oh,
16 uploads. Yeah. So I think the first
16.
one. 16. I know. I think the first one versus A Ward, versus Homeschool was the year before.
Yes.
Yeah, that sort of started the year. But yeah, he's battled Dom. Well,
he
big names.
He had some little names, but he had that 2-on-2 with Loso. With KD and MVP.
That's right.
Which was a fire battle. MVP's just sort of disappeared.
Right after the
man was on Summer Madness, and then he's just gone. And then he just did a 2-on-2 randomly. Like A Ward has definitely. I've made sure to highlight that when I put him where I put him. That it's not as impactful as his last few. Like the year, and even the year before that, I think were better years. Because we know where A Ward is at now, and at what point do we get A Ward to battle the big names?
It's just, it's just such a pleasure to see A Ward work. Really, him versus Detour, right, which came out 5 months ago on the Body Bag Battles League. An event called Making a Murderer. It's only got 9,000 views. It's absolutely extraordinary battle. But then going to the high heights of people like Nitty. And QB Black Diamond as well, and Don Marino.
Was QB this year?
Yeah, in April.
I didn't even put that down.
God, he battled T-Dog-O.
I forgot about QB.
He battled Reed Dollars as well. I mean, he's,
God damn, QB. Give it up for the ladies. The ladies this year has been a good year for them.
Jazz versus Vixen. I love Vixen like an idiot.
I mean, we all would have better because Vixen, and I'm with you on that. Even okay, Jazz is the number one girl. That's it. Vixen's a close second. Even with the loss to Jazz, Vixen's a close second because of what she can do and her capabilities. I'd honestly believe that Vixen has the ability as her ceiling is the highest in UK battle rap. In the UK female battle rap.
Yeah.
That in but you know how Jazz is. Jazz never loses. Just another display of beating everyone, and even poor lassie Shice Raw, her poor leg caved in. She was losing that badly.
I think Jazz is just the best in the world right now. I think quite simply. I know the Gattas battle was last year. That's one of my all-time favorite performances by her. I thought she was extraordinary in that battle, and versus Vixen as well. I mean, the whole stuff.
Geechee battle this year.
Yeah, the Geechee battle was. Yeah, she was good in that actually. It wasn't. The greatest battle,
I think she beat him as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do definitely.
So, but we do need to speak about Geechee, but now you've probably seen a bit of the Shy Straw battle. You might have seen clips going about or something, right? Yeah. I'll say this in the most politically correct way possible. How much of a dickhead is Anwar for throwing the towel?
Yeah, it's very odd, isn't it?
What was he playing at? He just threw the towel.
He should know better.
I'm sure he's a nice guy and all.
Yeah,
but I know I interrupt a battle off positivity.
Sure.
Off of reaction and off of being involved in the whole bravado. He's just throwing in the towel, telling her to stop rap. I couldn't believe what I'd seen there. And in boxing, if you throw a towel, does that not mean that your side loses?
I mean, yeah.
So did Jazz lose because they threw the towel in?
I don't, there's a certain theatricality there that I don't really approve of. I know battle rap is like, but still, I just don't.
Yeah, like that was it was so bad. Like I couldn't believe I was seeing that. Like I hope I never do that. I hope I never.
Only if you just like gesticulate too wildly and maybe knock a towel into the crowd or something by accident.
Yeah, I've just come out of a sauna. Yeah, I've had a towel around my waist. I've come out the sauna. Yeah. There's a battle event going on. Throw in the towel.
A battle I want to mention before we close, because I think we'll just we'll wrap up with a few final battles. But a battle I want to mention that I just watched on a completely random tip, like early. Maybe the 28th November, you got the week off, whatever, just chilling.
Yeah. You're procrastinating.
I was just like, let me just have a coffee and let me just fucking watch a battle or something. And I just literally went on First Track and on one of the battles page. And I see two battlers that I love. Mr. Biscuit versus CJA. Now, this battle has about 1,000 views. I think it was a precursor to a URL event, actually. It gets mentioned in the battle.
Yes. But, This I think Fate versus B Magic was on this card.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. And
I think that one got uploaded to the URL app. But yeah, you know what? I've seen a clip or two circling around that on Twitter. But I mean, is it that good?
I really, really enjoyed it. I think Mr. Biscuit does win, and I think they are bros because it gets mentioned in the battle as well. And CJ maybe goes a little easier. CJ is still fantastic, and I do love CJA, and I do like his sort of, gutter attack sort of style and his kind of juggernaut sort of patriot, tailgating sort of like, I don't know.
It's like no matter his appearance, he doesn't give a fuck. So he will just not do what everyone else does, but he'll do battle rap. He will battle someone, and you look at him and you go, oh no, you don't do any of this. But he comes in and he shouts. He's ball like even what he was like with Frost. He's really good, and he's on the Crucible this year.
Yes,
so hopefully he kind of gets out and.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on the Crucible. I can't remember who picked him up. He's on this year's Crucible for. Is it maybe Florida or something like that? I know he's from like New York, but I think the eastern south kind of. I think he's traveled down a bit for it.
Cool.
But yeah, I think he's on the Crucible this year. And he needs his comeuppance, because if we can have like kids who can be like number one in a year, I think we could have like a CGA that could do it too.
I could definitely, I'd like to see it happening. And I think he is an extraordinary writer. Turned the can into a work of art, like Andy Warhol, and just stuff like that. He's a fucking beast as well. So that's good.
I'm sure, right, and I work with CJ a lot. Mm-hmm. Now I look at him, right. And you ever see Megamind?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The cameraman, the villain. Now put his face against CGA's face.
Right. Okay.
I can't get that comparison out of my head. Like I look at CGA battles and I said like when he's like on this like superhero mode and he goes like nobody believes it, like the Santa's real, or like the Queen Elizabeth, nobody believes she's real, and I can't get like that out of my head. And I don't know. I don't want to look at him and go, some guy.
Doesn't he play the villain or something? That guy?
Yeah. He becomes the villain because he gets shot down by the girl. Like I think the girl just shoots everyone down, and then it's like then he gets superpowers.
We'll conclude the Will Ferrell comedy hour that you want to recommend from this year. I just want to praise.
So I think the only other one that we've not really mentioned that I think worth it is Twerk versus Real Sick. Twerk, mate, like that's a battle of the year contender right there. Holy shit!
Yeah,
like that's the best battle from that Civil War event. It's on, and Twerk is back, like electrifying rounds, and like it's similar to like Real Sick and Pat Stay, where Real Sick's on the back burner and he has to fight back because Pat's putting him, like Twerk put pressure on Real Sick, and Real Sick back fighting again. My gotta give Real Sick credit. That's one that I'd really recommend watching, Tom, if you've not seen it. Like Twerk goes in about the 5Ks and it's like the fight, like a Capone and like the hair, the 5Ks, but like Sickism. It's like 5Ks, but you couldn't handle one And then it was this one bar he had. It was like, honestly, you could put like do a whole presentation on this, and it's very, very simple. Nothing is clever about the bar except that it just works. So like twerk fake chokes, and then he's like, and I'm back sick, spins, scoliosis, and then the crowd goes crazy because how he performed it, man. Honestly, if you haven't seen the battle, Tom, do watch that.
Yeah,
battle.
no, I've seen
that
clips.
is,
I just haven't got around to watching it. Even I've been watching.
Mate, it's
CJA
so fucking good.
So, you know, but
yeah, you had your priorities right.
But I think we'll wrap it up there. This has been a really fun little ramble around, dude. You know, legit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's always good being back. You know, had to address the SoulCon thing for a little bit, but apart from that, like, yeah, it's always a pleasure. Like, and are you coming to the London event?
Potentially coming to the London event, but
I should be there.
It just depends on
I should be there.
But yeah, I'm going to definitely try and make it, of course. Yeah, and people should as well.
Absolutely.
Get the exact date it's going down, but yeah, it's going down for Premier Battles in.
I think it's February 25th.
Yeah.
February 25th, and they've got match day ones like February 3rd. Look at me knowing all these dates, Tom. I'm a professional now.
So hang on, I've got it up here. So if you're listening, it's Saturday the 4th of February. It's going to be
not the Bizzo,
topping off, match day one. And then there's also the plug 3 with Shotty versus Shuffle and Koj versus Gemini also going down there. And that's on the 25th, like you said.
They're both good cards.
That's a great month for them. Holy fuck. That's a good month. So yeah, that's so cool for those guys. So go support. Go grab your tickets and get the pay-per-view and Patreon and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
I'll pop a proper outro on this when I'm done, dude. But this was great, man. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
It's good catching up with you, Tom, man. And like anytime, you know where I'm at. Anytime you need me, you know where I'm at, mate.